What are you doing?
But he's
Zenning out, bruh.
yeah.
Why?
Because
He just was.
I'm just getting ready for the episode. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I just was very confused because we were supposed to
Were
start
you
talking and he's sitting there.
uncomfortable?
Push.
What?
That's what you say to someone in labor. It's Labor Day.
Oh,
And when I think of push, I think of Michael Scott giving birth to the baby that Dwight couldn't, or that no, Dwight gave birth and Michael couldn't catch it. Because
yes,
he buttered
the
it up.
slippery
He
watermelon.
buttered up the watermelon.
That was really
and
messed
Michael
up.
was like, "Why the hell did you put butter on the watermelon?" He's like,
Anyways,
To-
I'm Ellie Mark.
"To make it more realistic."
No, that
It's a
can't go
good touch.
backwards. He has to say it first. and then-
Fine. Okay, go.
I'm Ellie Mark.
I'm Paul Fletcher.
I'm Eric Perkins.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
yeah, I don't like that. Okay, try it again. You go.
Shuffle. I'm Paul Fletcher.
I'm Eric Perkins.
I'm Ellie Mark. Let's
wanna
go.
interrupt her?
No, I didn't.
What better way to celebrate Labor Day than with episode 58 of Rank You Very Much, a Pulltab sports production. Coming up on episode 58, the lamest superhero names. Worst color. But we start with best diner breakfast. Very much.
Rank you very much.
Rank you very much.
Rank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very
You very much.
Rank you very much. Rank you very much.
Thank you very much.
On Labor Day, we take our time, we slow things down. Maybe we head to our local favorite diner, and nothing hits the spot.
We might.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, it's a Labor Day staple.
Well, I'm just a really big fan of small diner vibes. There's a really good one near the house I just moved into, and
Is that with your fiance?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Did you
Are
know I'm
getting-
engaged?
Oh no, that's cool.
I'm getting married.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know anything about that.
And so
I did. I just didn't know they were living together.
Oh, I know. So
Already?
spicy.
Already?
So
Good
spicy.
Lord, you're lucky it's not 1954.
I know. My grandma's looking down, very disappointed right now.
She's not.
Sorry, Grandma Mary.
She's not.
Anyways,
Grandma Mary would be
diner
fine with it.
breakfasts are. There's nothing quite like a small town diner breakfast, and
Bordering
so
on no Ken defense.
right, and so I wanted to rank.
The only thing that might be better is a diner lunch because those are fire also.
No, but breakfast wins.
No. We could rank diner
Okay, go on.
like diner menus.
Yeah.
Which like breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Oh wow, that would be really hard to rank 3 different things. Best diner breakfast. Number
Sorry.
3, I'm going with the kitchen sink omelet from a diner. You never know what you're going to get. It's always a little bit different, but it hits the spot every time. It has everything you could need in a breakfast, and I've never had one that I didn't like. So, kitchen sink.
Nothing says best diner breakfast than all of the leftovers thrown into a pot.
Exactly, though.
That's actually how hush puppies were created.
Is it really?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. Well,
I
they're
never-
also
I
delicious.
never know if I can believe
True
you.
story.
Okay.
Yeah, I've talked to several renowned New Orleans-based chefs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say hush puppy aficionados.
No.
Oh, well, that would have been great. I mean, maybe that's just a theme for me because I really like rosé, and we learned from the Jason Zucker episode that rosé is actually, it was a mess up because red wine would drip off and then white wine would drip off, and they were like, hey, this is good. And I was like, you know what? I'm a fan.
How did you remember that?
Oh, because it's stuck with me forever, and I use it as like a trivia fun fact
And
now.
how does that tie into the kitchen sink? Oh, just because
It's-
everything pops.
Yeah,
up.
everything's
Yeah.
just whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Next.
Number 2, I'm
good.
going with the country fried steak. You
Oh,
put that over some nasty hash browns and you get some eggs on the side. Oh, man, I could use
You
one
just
right now.
shot Perk into ecstasy.
Yeah,
I'm so ticked off right now.
that you didn't put that in your top 3 because it is so good.
But
dude.
I still have time.
No,
I
you
haven't gone
can't
yet.
change your
I haven't
list
gone
now.
yet.
You cannot change
I feel like
yours.
that goes against the code.
That goes way against the code.
Is
Yeah.
there a code?
There's a code.
There
and
is
it's
a
definitely
code
that you don't change it in the
of-
middle of the episode.
Honesty and integrity in your ranks.
Yeah.
And you can't go and change it secretly because somebody said something.
Absolutely.
Oh, country fried steaks are so good.
They're
dude.
so good.
And now-
it's heart attack on a platter. But
They're
dang, it's
so
good.
good.
So good.
I think
But there's
I'd
only one
be
thing
more
better.
worried about your reputation right now with people listening. Okay.
There is only one thing better than the country fried steak, and it is biscuits and gravy. Dude, so good. You get that from one of those little mom and pop restaurants. It is fire. So good.
You are getting this episode off on such a strong foot.
Thank you.
Good for you.
I-
everything.
Ellie, thank you.
First for everything.
Wow, that was rude. I'm ignoring it. I am very proud of this topic, and I'm very proud of these ranks, and I appreciate your respect
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
with
you
that,
did a great job too. You did.
I
think
don't trust
I
you.
don't. Did I bark at any of your? None.
I don't trust you. You are next, Burke.
Thanks, Ellie.
Wow.
Number 3, best diner breakfast.
respect.
And you know what? So there's so many ways this can go. Obviously, they're savory, they're sweet. But I love a good diner French toast. And I will just drench it in butter and syrup. And I will wait for it. I'll give it a few beats just to get that sog in there a little bit, and then hopefully a good diner would have put powdered sugar on it as well, and then it's on, and then you might get a couple sausage links or whatever. The sauce that's just the side, that doesn't matter. But what matters is the main course, and that's the French toast, and that's my number 3.
So good. So good, dude.
Number 2, best diner breakfast. I'm going with biscuits and gravy. That's so good.
So good.
So good.
So
And
good.
I always get mocked when I order it because it's like, oh gosh. Because like oftentimes the gravy is borderline gray.
Yes.
And it's
It never looks good.
Yes.
I'm going to say that. It never looks good. But
yeah. No can't defense.
You should look at his ranks after he's done to make sure he
didn't just add that in there.
That's all I can think now.
Come on. I have integrity. And number 1.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
My number 1 of all time is corned beef hash. If I see corned beef hash on a menu.
Are you Irish?
No, but
I'm not.
I like it. So like, there's a lot of places that make their own corned beef hash, and I don't like it as much. And if I like the stuff that's like from the can that has the diced potatoes that are really small, and the corned beef that is as minuscule. And I just there's something about the way it tastes in the morning, mixed with all the other stuff, which it usually comes with the eggs, and it comes with the toast, which I usually get sourdough and all that. It's just like, oh my gosh. Corned beef hash number 1, and you can look. I see. I had biscuits and gravy right there. Yeah,
He did. Okay. He did.
I will say this: biscuits and gravy was right there in my short list. Didn't make it though. Number 3 is the Denver omelet.
Remind me what's in the Denver omelet.
Peppers?
ham, cheese, peppers, and onions generally.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Can't hate on that.
At the
Can't
end,
ham- yeah.
end, my stomach is upset, angry with me. I don't know if maybe it's the way the cheese and the peppers work together. I don't know, but I can't help myself.
Most egg breakfasts, I always have to add hot sauce. I'm there these days. Where
See-
it's just kind of like
See, if the onions and the peppers are done right,
Right.
you don't need hot sauce.
Same with kitchen sink. If it has the right veggies in that type of omelet, you don't need to add. And I'm
Yeah,
not a
but
hot
also-
sauce girly. I'm a ketchup girly because I am Scandinavian.
Because you're soft, yeah. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. No, I'm
Scandinavian
aware.
as
I'll
well,
take that.
But
I'll take that.
still not so soft. And it's not so much the right peppers; it's that the peppers are good, that they have the flavor they're supposed to have. Otherwise, you can't steal the show. If you're set up for failure, you can't steal the show. Numero dos, similar to your French toast, just pancakes. Just if they're
good
just done right,
Diner pancake is
and
delicious.
Rest in peace, Minnie's Diner in Rogers.
Oh, I
had the
heard about that place.
Greatest. So you know the guy at the state fair, the mini apple pie guy. He used
Yes.
to own it. He used to own a diner. Our family would meet there every Sunday morning because of the pancakes. They were the size of your head, and they were thicker than Perks BS. but they were airy and light, and they sat. And I did the
What?
same thing. I would just I would slather on butter.
Yeah.
On both pancakes, because you'd get two the size of a basketball.
Yeah,
is
you have to
enough.
lift up the top layer and to get the bottom layer with the butter. And yeah, I'm with you.
and then drench it with pancakes,
Oh,
and then
jeez.
sit for a second.
I'm really getting hungry, y'all.
I know.
am
I'm
too.
starving.
Those pancakes sound so good right now, and I'll never be able to
Where-
have them again. It makes me so sad.
What's the one made in Minnesota? I think it's Sturdy Wheat. Sturdy Wheat, or is that just a Red Wing thing?
Oh, Red Wing is in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I meant. I meant, is that something known across Minnesota, or is it okay? So it's just a Red Wing thing.
Number one, and I'm gonna get crap. Well, actually, maybe not. But this particular breakfast, this particular meal, has it's appeared in multiple episodes of Rank You Very Much over the years ish.
Do it.
Eggs Benedict.
Okay.
If do right. I mean, what's that sauce again called?
Hollandaise.
No, Hollandaise.
Yeah, we even had Gavin Kaysen jump on to set
It's
you straight.
Hollandaise. Go look at our
Hollandaise.
social medias
Yeah.
at RankUPod. He
Yep.
set the record straight.
World-renowned chef who happens to be here in Minnesota.
Okay.
Set you
Talk
straight.
about the Eggs Benedict.
I mean, it's an art form to create that egg,
Right.
right? To get it done correctly. And then you get the right. Is it generally sourdough bread? Is that what you
It's
put it
an
on?
English muffin generally.
Or
English muffin, yeah.
Okay, yeah. But then again, what sets it apart? Like you can have bread and eggs, and it's like whatever. But the hollandaise,
Yes.
if it's done correctly,
No can defense.
just
And here's the deal: is that
Just-
you? What I found is that diners made to order hot right off the line and then right on your plate in front of you, right? And that's the beauty of that, because if you go to a breakfast buffet, right, and those
I'm not
those
touching an eggs Benedict at a buffet.
bennies
Oh,
have been
yeah.
sitting out
No,
too long.
no.
They just
That is food
lose
poisoning right
their
there.
luster. They
That's
just do.
Big fat Benny is what
Yeah,
that is. No,
yeah.
thank you. But most everything we talked about needed, well, not most everything, but if some of the dishes we talked about needed have stuff to go with them. Eggs Benedict just comes out as is, and it stands alone. And if done correctly, it blows your mind. I win.
No.
Hey, before we get into the ranks, I just want to tell you how cozy my boys are. I'm talking bamboo boxer briefs from Chill Boys. These undies are incredible. It's almost like you're getting a breeze on them because they're made of lightweight, breathable bamboo. I didn't even know you could do that with underpants. If I would have played Harry Dunn in Dumb and Dumber, I would have been the one saying, sheer genius, Lloyd. And I would have been talking about these Chill Boys I'm wearing right now. You can find them on Amazon or chillboys.com. And you know what? We got football right around the corner. They just introduced a new Vikings purple. Think how happy your boys will be in those. You know, I never really cared about what kind of fragrances I had on my body or what I used to wash my body until Duke Cannon came along. You probably already know that Duke Cannon's the best men's hair products money can buy, but they do soaps and body washes too. I'm currently using a face wash that comes in a black tube and looks super cool, and a body wash called Thick. It smells phenomenal, it gets you clean, and because it's so thick, it lasts forever. There's a lot to choose from, so I encourage you to find your summertime scent at Duke Cannon. Work harder, smell better.
Topic 2, worst color.
Thank you very much.
All right, this is my topic.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's shocking. I would have thought it was a 5-year-old.
Worst color.
No, that means that you are still childlike.
Worst
Compliment.
color is my ranking.
Yeah.
I'm
here.
glad that your
It's your
age
topic.
doesn't change your personality.
That's right. You still act like a child, which is great.
All right, this
Love
one
that.
I'm going to let. We're going to just kind of reverse it. I'm going to let Paul go first on this
Ooh.
one. Worst color.
Okay. This was hard.
It is hard because how do you describe a color when you're doing a
Right,
podcast?
because there's a lot of different colors out there, and like I'll like one version of a color, but
Right.
like a different version of that same color, I
Right.
think is nast. Okay, Paul, you're up.
I couldn't agree more. And also, I wanted to try to find actual colors, not like how I would describe it.
Right. It's
And
hard.
For my number 2, I'm going to give you the actual name, and then I'm going to describe it how
Okay.
most people
Okay.
describe it. But number 3 is actually a combination of the color and the name of the color. Because mauve is a terrible name. It's a terrible name for a color. And it's a pale purple that just kind of just sits there and doesn't do anything.
kinda looks
Doesn't
like
wow
death.
anybody. It's just sort of, it's just sort of,
Sorry to all the mauves out there listening. We love you.
are there mauves?
I don't know.
I like it on fingernails. I like mauve colored fingernails. I like
Okay.
polish. When mauve polish is on,
Okay.
I have respect for it.
Yeah, and it's just it's like what's mauve? It's like it sounds.
We like Maeve.
sad.
Maeve is good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's different.
Yeah.
Number 2 is technically called light olive, but some of us might call it pea green.
Ooh.
Great call.
Pea green is awful.
Yes.
Light olive is. It does nothing. It doesn't bring anything to the table. It's just there, and you'd rather not be looking at it.
Yeah.
It
When
looks
you're
like
looking
bile.
When you're looking at light olive, you're wishing you weren't looking at it. You're wishing you were Stevie Wonder.
So
Did you
one
say it looks
thing-
like bile?
Yeah, and
does.
one
It does
moment.
look like bile.
So
You all right there?
I've started this new thing, and I don't know when it started for me, but whenever I think of something gross or I get uncomfortable,
Uncomfortable.
I burp,
Okay.
and that's what I'm doing right now. Is
Okay,
I'm
okay,
burping
that's really-
because I started thinking about bile.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're-
So then,
you're weird.
so then, what's your? Can we just get you number one so she doesn't
Yeah.
have to talk anymore?
Yeah.
Otherwise, she might just actually lose
Number-
it.
number-
Try not to
one-
burp into the mic.
Number one is any hue, any shade, any darkness or lightness of brown. Brown's just stupid. I mean, poop is brown, for the love of God.
I love a good neutral tan, like this color
I think
that I have on my hair clip. It's a nice like solid tan. I'm a big
you know,
fan.
these sound panels really bring the room together.
Well, that's not what I'm looking at. That is
I'm
not
looking-
tan.
I'm looking
That's
at the table.
brown.
I'm looking at the backdrop. I'm looking brown.
Any
is just
shade
like,
of brown also, I feel like is cheating.
My house is brown. My you know, I don't know what brown is.
It's just
like,
classic.
yeah.
I'm not. I don't like the brown. I don't. It's maybe the color we need, but it's not the color we want.
Got it.
Hmm.
Got it.
It maybe needs to be there, but I don't want
Yeah.
it.
All right. Well, that was a lame number one.
I'm going to go
You're a
second
lame
here.
number
I'm
one.
going to go second here. I'm going to go number 3. Worst color.
Go back to burping.
I'm going to go with
Smartest thing she said the entire episode. is
And
her
this
burps.
to you is much like what you said about pea green or whatever you called it. What was it before pea green?
light olive.
Yeah. So this one
That's
is
the technical color.
this one is another vegetable. It is
It's a vegetable that's uncomfortable.
celery. And so this one is almost in the same family as the pea green, but it's
Yeah.
got a little bit more beige in it.
Celery?
Yeah, it's
That
like
color green?
It's like a light green, but
Am I picturing celery?
no, it's
Just-
like it's more just like it's a sort of like a light green / brown, like beige. It's just hideous.
Gives me the ick.
Yeah,
Is it green or is it brown?
it's green.
Okay, celery green.
Oh, it's not great.
Yeah,
Like that?
Yeah, when you look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, see, I'd rather look at that than that's Mint Mobile. Like that's
okay.
Yeah,
all right,
green.
all right.
That's
Just-
I'd
it's
much
not
rather.
mint. It's totally different than mint, bro.
not
It
much
looks
Bro,
pretty
it's
similar.
different than mint.
Looks pretty minty.
It's different than mint.
It's not, but
God. Number 2.
I wouldn't expect the oldest guy here to. You're the one that needs glasses.
What are you talking
I
about,
don't use
bro?
glasses, bro.
I researched this hard.
Doesn't mean that you can't see. It doesn't mean just because you researched it doesn't mean your vision's good.
Okay, whatever.
Can't deal with me.
Number 2.
No Ken defense.
Neon green.
Oh,
You just hate green.
I like green. That's the
Oh,
problem with this whole
okay.
thing is that like forest green is bad to the bone.
That's a wedge.
no.
No, it's not.
We're not saying
That's
best
not-
colors.
That's not bad. Yeah, exactly.
He's saying he likes forest green.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not a wedge.
That's not a wedge.
me.
Not even close to a wedge.
You're on my team.
learn
I am
the
on your team, but that
parameters.
was a bad one.
Learn the parameters.
That was a bad attempt at calling out a wedge that didn't
And
exist.
number 1 is actually a Taylor Swift song.
Maroon?
Yeah, I do not like maroon, bro.
You hate the Gophers?
I
too?
like the Gophers, but I can't stand the color maroon.
Wow.
Never
Why?
have liked it.
Anti-
Don't look good in it. Never have liked it. Don't understand the purpose of it. I think it like when you compare it to other reds
Maroon.
like crimson or scarlet, it just doesn't hold a candle to either. And I just think that maroon is it needs to be marooned on an island and away from us.
Wow.
Can you explain to me, break down the difference between maroon and scarlet?
We
and
don't have
crimson?
time. We don't have time.
So that's your way of saying you don't know.
My number 3 is army green. I do not like army green. Like the one that they use in most of the camouflages.
Ellie hates the military.
No.
Wow.
No.
Don't even.
No.
Joking.
So everyone knows I appreciate the military.
Yes, of course you do. I was.
One of my best friends is in the army. Love you, Maura.
My dad was a sharpshooter in the army.
Okay, so army green though, not a big fan, and I feel like she would back me up on this. She'd be like, "Why do I have to wear this?" And I'd be like, "I'm so
Is she
sorry."
fashion forward?
Well, she was Miss Colorado, so yeah,
Yeah. So she wants like fall colors, like fall camo.
sure. Anyways,
She wants to disappear in the leaves.
number 2 is chartreuse.
It's a bad name for a color.
Fun fact:
What's chartreuse though?
Look it
I
up.
don't know. You look it up.
Chartreuse
It's with a C,
Lock it
Paul.
up.
was
Thanks.
Chartreuse was
Kinda giving away
actually
in the
this.
Char.
Chartreuse was actually the special liquor that's made by monks, and only they are the ones who know the recipe. And the color itself was actually named after the alcohol. I learned this while I was
that?
at a bar. Yes.
Okay, that's light olive though.
That's
we're
celery.
on the same-
That's like celery.
That's pea green. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
No, because I think it's different than my number one, which I will call poop brown. That's
That's
to
not a
me,
color. That's not.
It is a color.
It's not.
It's not a
How is
color.
that not a
It's not
color?
a color.
Well, how else do you
No.
describe it?
Nobody
Like-
else.
like-
You can't look up what is like.
What's the difference between poop brown and chocolate brown?
Poop is a little more green.
What'd you eat, bro?
Kitchen sink omelet.
Can we maybe just like end it? Because this is like we're dying here.
Yeah.
Because that makes no sense.
What?
you
That
just
makes
said.
sense.
No, poop brown is like. Oh, wait.
You said any shade of brown.
I said
I was
brown.
specific.
At least brown is a color.
Poop brown is a color.
it's not.
Look it up. Google it.
Light
Google
olive
it.
is a color. I call
Google
it slang
poop-
for light
poop
olive
brown.
is pea green.
Poop brown. Oh, actually, it just comes up with a lot of poop
Yeah, poop
emojis.
because it's not a real thing. God, just put the topic to bed.
Poop
She's
brown.
She killed it.
Cocoa.
It's dead.
And now, a quick break from the ranks.
You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Here are the results of this week's This or That poll.
All right, here we go. This is that time of the show where we appreciate and invite and welcome your interactions. And we do that via the form of This or That, which is a simple pick one on
Thanks, Wink Martindale.
Instagram stories. It is at RankyPod on all our social media platforms. We appreciate those of you who follow us. We wish that more would. And here we go. What is this week's This or That, Ellie?
Tell 5 friends at ReikiPod. Tell 5 friends.
This week's This or That is day or night. And there was a pretty clear winner here. 62% voted.
They had to have voted night. I mean, if you choose day over night, you're insane.
What? Why would, what is, in what world? Okay, let's hear it. What did they say?
62% voted day.
All right, that's fine. I'm
like-
cool with being in the minority on
Yeah,
this.
it's like pizzas over burgers. Our people have spoken.
Our people have spoken.
Well, pizzas versus burgers, they were idiotic. Tough beans. Like, I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm not here to coddle somebody. Day or night, I just, like, all the fun stuff happens at night.
You know, I got to agree. I prefer that because in the daytime when I see the sun out, I feel like I need to be productive, and I appreciate
Well,
when
I
it's
am more
dark and I don't
productive.
need to.
And I like a sunrise, and I like the morning and all that. But
Yeah.
night is when the fun happens. Daytime is when all the work has to happen.
Right. Touche.
Unless you're a freaking bat, then nighttime is the work time.
I don't know. I just like to see.
You like to see.
Yeah, I like to see things.
Well,
We have to remember he's elder. His eyes are aging. It's really hard for him to see at night.
if you were me and you could see yourself, you'd want night.
Thank you very much. Topic 3, lamest superhero names.
All right, let's wrap this puppy up, put a bow on it, and maybe even a superhero on it. that
Maybe even a
sucks.
little cape for it.
Sure.
That was a good one, Ellie.
Yeah, it was really.
No, actually, that was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your comic
you.
stylings are really developing in front of us. In fact, so much so, you can go second.
Oh,
Perk.
okay.
Shoot.
I,
Okay.
mean, I feel like you always have to go first.
That's true. I do feel like I go
So
first
we'll
a lot.
Wedge you in between.
Sounds good.
We'll make an Ellie sandwich.
Okay, here we go. Number 3, lamest
Lord.
superhero name.
Daryl.
There's some bad ones, bro.
There
There's
are.
some really bad ones. I'm going She-Hulk. Google it.
I don't know who She-Hulk is.
We
didn't-
know who it is.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing.
But it's a cop out of a name. Come up with your own name. Don't just like tag a she on the front of it to make it
What
better.
would
I mean,
She-Hulk be named?
I give it something else. Like I don't know. Like
Incredible Ingrid.
whatever. Just anything.
Anything but that?
Anything like
I think she's a
Shall-
Colossa or
think
something like that.
Colossa. Okay. Okay. You just changed my opinion. in the midst. I was
Yeah,
going
Okay.
to
it's
rip
like,
you.
I don't like when they try to
Colossus
just,
is actually pretty good.
Just piggyback on an existing, and that's just dumb. And frankly, it's
But it describes her perfectly because she is a she version of the Hulk.
Right. You know, and
So
that's what
She-Hulk
that would-
works.
But why
But
can't
Colossus pretty
But
damn
why
good.
why do the she's have to be like the he's? Why
Yeah,
why can't
no,
the
you're
she's
right.
Why
be
can't
their
the
own?
she's be their own thing?
Yeah.
Feminine nominal.
Yeah, there's
Hash-
not like a Wonder Man,
Hashtag
Touche.
feminism.
right? Okay, number 2.
Right. Colossus is what saved it. When you said that, you were a batshit crazy. Oops. You were banana sandwich prior to, and then as soon as you said Colossus, I'm like, all right.
Okay,
I can
yeah.
get with that.
Number 2, lamest superhero name. I'm going with Captain Marvel. This I don't see it. I
sorry.
don't get it.
Please,
I don't.
Please explain yourself.
That's just like we're talking lamest superhero names, right?
Yeah, but you're taking like all the known popular ones and calling them out for having maybe
Lame
not as
names.
good of names.
Lame names. I'm not going too
they're not
deep
lame.
in the deep in the comic book section with all these obscure characters that we have no idea who they are or what they are.
Yeah, but it's a name. It's the
it's
name,
a
that's
name,
lame.
and it's like, and it's totally lame. Captain Marvel. If I was a superhero, would you want that tag?
I wouldn't mind it. You're
What
the
does that even-
captain of
what-
the whole Marvel universe.
No, that's not what the Marvel part is. It's just like, what is it? What does that even mean?
Captain Marvelous.
It's just a cop out. It's a cop out name, and it's just stupid. It's lame.
I-
It's lame. When I think of lame, it's just like think of things that are just like lame.
Wow. Really good reasoning.
That might have been the smartest
You
thing I've ever heard you say.
You sounded like Ellie defending herself.
Okay. And what's your number 1, Smarty Pants?
Green Lantern. Just, are you kidding me? Like what? I'm a Green Hornet, maybe, right? And that's not a wedge. Green Lantern is just like, that's just idiotic and like lame and just like, what does that bring into the table? Ooh, careful. Here comes Green Lantern.
Okay.
Oh shoot! Here comes like Maroon Shovel. It's just like what? I don't know. Stupid. It's just dumb, lame.
Maroon Shovel. He's really got it out for Maroon today. My goodness.
Yeah,
oh,
I
I'm
don't
going
know.
second.
Whatever. Yeah,
That's
you
right.
Go, yeah, you go second.
My number 3 is The Whizzer. WHIZZER. The Whizzer. It's
Yeah.
real. Like
It's like
the pisser.
my superhero power is that I can urinate really hard.
really strong.
I've got a great stream.
Yeah.
Careful. I'm the wizard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you mean the wizard? Nah, wizard.
Tell you what, you keep robbing banks, we're gonna call the wizard. Oh
I'm
no,
so threatened.
not that.
That's an actual superhero name, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. Number 2.
You've never heard of the wizard?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Her.
Why'd you just
him.
question it?
It.
Because he hasn't. Number 2, Major Maple Leaf. This is supposed to be the Canadian version of Captain America, like came out of a World War or something like that. I found out
See,
today.
Captain America is a great name.
Right.
Captain Marvel is dumb. That's
Okay,
like,
no,
that's
we're
like-
not on your
that's
ranks
like-
anymore,
that's
sir.
like
Sit down.
Sergeant Stupendous. It's
Someone
like, what?
mute his mic.
Okay.
Sal?
Well, I mean,
No.
Marvel's a pretty great thing.
Yeah.
You marvel at it. Now
But-
you're the captain of that.
Okay, so imagine yours is Major Maple Leaf. I'm so
Major
threatened. What do you
Maple
think? What do you think he does? Shoot syrup out of his hands? Like, oh, you're stuck.
He shoots syrup out of his stems. Yeah, no, I'm on board with this because Captain America, Major Maple Leaf.
Like that's supposed to be your
but that's
counterpart in Canada.
Canada's got nothing threatening except those geese.
Oh,
Those geese are assways.
Canada. You wouldn't know from looking at them though. But then they get close to you and you're like, oh my god.
I'm gonna kick you in the
Yeah, don't say
belly.
it. Don't say it.
the
In the torso.
the whatever that.
Number 1.
Mixture of
And this
meat
one
is.
is so
Do you know they mate for life?
Do they really?
Yeah. So
I
if
don't
you see a
believe that.
if you see a dead goose on the side of the highway, someone has
Stop!
like its spouse has lost it forever,
And you know what I'm doing? Laughing.
and they don't. Oh,
Die
wow.
goose die. They're terrible. They're the worst export from Canada.
number 1, arm fall off boy.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is a real life character. I appreciate that it's
Not a real life
descriptive.
character.
Well, real character
Maybe-
in the world, the comics. But literally, the arms fell off, and then he would use the one arm to
Possible,
smack
like,
things. Like
around the days of Chernobyl, there actually was a real life arm
fall off boy.
boy.
But yeah, DC Comics, you missed the mark on that one. Like
Yeah.
the slugger, literally anything besides arm fall off boy. That's all they could. They were like, we ran out of superhero names. We're just gonna call him what he does.
His arms fall off. Cool.
That's what I appreciate, though.
You appreciate that.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
think
find
it's-
it
you
don't
lame
think
at
it's
all.
lame.
No, because it's not. To me, it's not lame because it's kind of funny. You know, and the humor makes it somewhat like. But to me, lame is just like lame.
But he's a superhero who.
Well, if you lose an arm, you're probably going to be lame anyway.
Yeah.
So that's maybe
It's
it's
a
maybe
superhero. His superhero power is that his limbs fall off. Like
Yeah.
that's not.
Congrats.
Number 3.
All right, let's hear it.
Number 3 is Wizard.
The Wizard.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just peeing really good, that you're not much of a superhero. You're pretty freaking lame.
Yep.
Number 2, I mean, if Shaq makes a song named after you, you're a lame superhero. Shazam. What is that?
Shazam.
What is Shazam? Like, what do you?
It's a sound
Shazam!
effect. It's a sound
It
effect.
is.
It's not a name.
Correct.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
can
a
see
name.
that.
It's like
lame.
kapow.
Yeah,
Pow!
it's like Shazam, the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
adventures of
Yeah.
Shazam and Kapow.
Like
What?
No, that's in the comic. It's not the person in the comic. Yeah. I follow.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
But it's
that's a
not
rough one.
It's not as terrible. I mean, Arm Fall Off Boy is good. Elongated Man is better.
That was
What?
real.
That's a real name. Elongated
Stop.
Man. Like that is taking the day off from superhero school. Like just oh god, you know what? We've got some
Oh my
really
gosh,
good-
it's for real.
we've got some pretty
It's
decent
for real.
We've got some pretty decent illustrations here. I mean, look at what Bob's come up with. This is pretty interesting. What should we call him? Oh gosh, I don't know.
Elongated man.
Yeah, let's do that. It was just some millennial in the background that said elongated man, and all the other people went, yeah, sure, that sounds great.
That was not a millennial.
No, it wasn't. It was long before a millennial. I'm
Yeah,
just
so
making
do
the
not
point.
throw me into that mix.
It was a young person that just babbled out some nonsense,
Right.
and the rest of the room went, yeah, sure.
Young at the time.
elongated man.
Yeah.
Rough.
Maybe it was baby boomers. I don't know when the hell elongated man came out, but what is that?
I don't know.
Probably
But
around the
it's
same
taking-
time as Arm
that
Fall
is-
Off Boy.
That
Yeah.
is taking Arm Fall Off Boy. I can understand your argument
Yeah.
of it being maybe kind of comedic. Elongated man ain't funny. It's just stupid.
Yeah, that's lame.
Yeah,
That's about as
like
lame as it gets.
stretcher, stretchy.
It's
There's
not-
there's other options that
Stretch
make more.
Armstrong would have been a better option.
Ah ha ha.
Stretch arm fall off, man.
Boy.
Strong.
Rank you very much. Original theme created by Walk Off the Earth. Interact with the show on social media at RankYouPod. Thank you, thank you, thank you, comma, thank you.
Thank you very much.